This man is definitely a genius. Just because he found biking to work tiring, he invented a flywheel-powered bicycle, but the results weren't ideal, so he decided to add another flywheel, creating a dual flywheel-powered bicycle. First, he removed the original flywheel. Since the previous tripod and brackets were no longer useful, he dismantled and cut them away completely. Then he took off the chain and steel axle. Next, he found a larger pulley, placed it over the smaller pulley, marking it precisely. Since the smaller pulley was too slow, he decided to weld the larger pulley onto the smaller one to create a larger pulley, thereby increasing the flywheel speed. He then attached another flywheel to the opposite end of the axle, but he had to weld on a new component to secure the flywheel in place. After welding, he tested its smoothness. Next, he welded the bearing base to the rear bike frame. At this point, he adjusted the chain length and installed it, then put on the belt and fine-tuned its tension. At this stage, he noticed the pressure switch wasn't bouncing back properly, so he added a spring, fixing the bounce-back problem immediately. Next, he mounted both flywheels, but right after that, he found the kickstand couldn't hold the weight, so he needed to modify the kickstand position. He took a kickstand from an old motorcycle, lengthened it by welding on a round iron tube. After welding it, he attached it to the rear axle of the bike and welded a small metal plate to the tip to increase the ground contact area. With that, the modification was basically complete, but he thought riding an old bike was too unimpressive, so he spray painted all the parts to give it a fresh look. Finally, he assembled all the freshly painted parts. Now, doesn't it look high-end? Eagerly, he hopped on to test it out. He started pedaling hard at first. Then, as the flywheels picked up speed, the flywheel's momentum allowed him to relax his feet. And with dual flywheels, he reached a very fast speed. Now biking to work won't be tiring anymore. So, what do you think of his creativity? Out of 10, how would you rate him?